Hey, it's Vaughn here at your jazzdrumschool.com YouTube channel. Aloha, hope you're doing well. So today I want to kind of share a little story about my cymbal mishap. So in Japan, often I will actually ride a bicycle to my gigs. And what I do is I ride it from my house down the hill to the train station, and I just bring a minimal kit. I bring cymbals and a drum cart I'll put in the back here, and I'll put my snare drum up here and maybe my kick pedal and my sticks, and I'm good to go. And this is a really desirable thing to do because it's usually my gigs are pretty far away, like an hour and a half away, and that's going to cost a lot for gas. It's also going to cost for parking, so it's actually much more convenient to take a bicycle. So I had a subscriber actually ask what happened to my cymbal, my Kerope cymbal, and because he noticed that from before there was no notch in it, and then later there was a notch in it, and he was trying to understand, like, why, what happened to your cymbal there. And so what I'm going to do in this video is explain to you exactly what happened to my cymbal and how I fixed it. What I do is when I put it on the back here, I use bungee cords to secure it. Well, the bungee cords failed me, and what ended up happening was the cymbals and actually the drum cart flew off the back seat of the bicycle and dragged on the ground for about 10 feet. And I was horrified. I thought, oh my God, that's it. My cymbals are ruined. And they were pretty ragged, but now let me show you how I fixed the problem. So that's what happened, and my cymbal actually ended up being fine. I thought it was going to be it's like a devastating blow. This is my favorite cymbal and the one I get the most comments on also on YouTube and Instagram and other places. But what happened was it basically, all of these cymbals actually got dragged on the ground. The cymbal case was shredded, and they all got damaged to some degree. But this one got the most damage, and it actually got a crack in it. Sustained a pretty hefty crack, actually. And what I did was I went and got a tool. It's called a Dremel, like a Dremel Kit. And I'm going to share the link with you below and also above, so you can go check it out. But it's really a handy tool, especially if you're a drummer, because if you get cracks in your cymbals, it's a real easy way to get rid of the cracks. Now, the thing I learned a long time ago is that if you get a crack in your cymbal and you don't stop the crack, it's just going to proceed to go through your whole cymbal. So obviously I didn't want that to happen, and what I did was I got the Dremel and I notched out, cut out a little bit of it, and I actually smoothed out the edges where it was actually it really got pretty shredded. I don't know if you can see, but there's it's kind of rough on the edge here. And then of course here's where the notch, where I took out the notch in the cymbal and smoothed it out after I did that. And I'm a hack. I'm not like a professional cymbalsmith, so I didn't do probably as good of a job as I could have done. But it still sounds great. It didn't really detract from the sound at all, which I was really pleased with. So I did that. I smoothed out the edges. It bent a little bit here, and I had to trim a little bit off the edge here. But for the most part, it just kind of smoothed things out, and it worked out okay. So if you run into that and you have a hard time, probably you're not riding your bicycle to go to gigs like I am in Japan. But if you have a hard time with that, I encourage you to have a Dremel Kit handy. And this is an affiliate link. It's a real easy way for you to support the channel, and a really convenient way for you to get your gear, things you need for your drumming. And I think actually drummers should have this. Years ago, I used to do a lot of model railroading, a lot of model trains, and I always wanted to get one of these because they're so handy in cutting the track and doing other little odd jobs of building model railroads. But I'm no longer doing that, but I thought this is a great opportunity to get one for fix my cymbal. So I'll just show you a little bit inside. It's not real super organized, but I just want to show you a couple things. Here's the Dremel. Again, I'll put the link to exactly what I got. But here's the link to the Dremel device. This thing is very powerful. And it's kind of interesting because it comes with all these different attachments. The first time I got it ordered it from Amazon, the first time I got it here, I was like, hey, what's going on? These don't look like things that can shave a cymbal, but actually they're fiberglass, but it moves so fast, so freaking fast, that it actually cuts through metal just like a hot knife through butter. I mean, it's incredible actually. So this is like a fiberglass disc, but boy, it just blazes through that stuff. And then you've got these little sanding pieces, which you can just sand off the edges if things get a little rough when you're cutting it. And here are the attachments that you put these on. It's just a great tool. It's such a great tool to have, and I love tools anyway. Love skill saws and drills and things like that. But it's just another one of those tools to have, I think, especially if you're a drummer. And it comes with all these different attachments that makes it just really easy to mend your cymbals. And there's other attachments which I don't really use that you come with it. But it's an excellent tool, and I highly recommend it, especially if you get a crack in your cymbal, and you want to save your cymbal. It's a real easy way to go in there and cut out that little bit. And all you do is just attach it, and then you just get that Dremel in there, and you just cut it out. It's really not like rocket science, folks. It's pretty easy. So I think you'll find it's pretty easy to do too. It was pretty self-explanatory. So that's how I fixed my cymbal. That's the story about my cymbal and what happened to it. Moral of the story: make sure you secure your cymbals well to the back of your bicycle if you're taking your bicycle to a gig. I'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for watching, and if you haven't already, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. Be sure to like the video if you like it. That helps to get around YouTube a little bit easier. And drop a comment. Let me know if you've ever had to mend a cymbal, had to fix a cymbal, or kind of stop a crack in your cymbal. I'd love to know how you did it. Maybe if you used a Dremel or you used something else. All right? Keep swinging, my friend.